It's been a day, stressing out like crazy. Just wanna be lazy with my girls.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For you new here, thanks for tuning in. I finally got my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. I want to do a wear test and review on this. I also have the Pretty Fresh concealer to try out along with it. I love a hydrating fresh foundation and concealer because I have very dry skin. I know I'm a little bit late on this. What had happened is that ColourPop accidentally sent me two concealers instead of a concealer and a foundation, and I finally just got the replacement foundation in the mail. So I'm still gonna film this regardless because I really want to try this and I'm super excited. I've heard amazing things. I know my eyeshadow is super dark. It will all come together. If you can't tell, I am going full on fall vibes. Like, bring me the darkness, the smokiness, the orange, purples, colors. Yes, I want it all. I'm actually wearing one of the new Fenty Snap Shadows. This is the one in 9 Wine from their fall little collection that they came out with. It's really pretty. My mom actually sent me this for my birthday along with a few other things, so I'm trying it out and I like these Snap Shadows. These things are so underrated. I love those. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with this foundation concealer review wear test video. I'm gonna prime my face using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I haven't used this in a while because I've been trying to go through my Project Pan items, but I don't know, I'm just really wanting to use it today. So I'm super excited because I love this primer. It's so good. I'm gonna go in with concealer first. This is just a new way I've been applying my makeup and I've been enjoying it. So first we're gonna go in with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. And they also have a no filter concealer as well, which I've tried and it's okay, but I'm really excited for the hydrating one because, again, like I said, I have very dry skin, so this is where I thrive, is anything with hydrating components. Comes in 30 different shades. I have 2 shades here, one in Fair 10N and one in Fair 20N. I also have the foundation in Fair 20N. I have actually used the Fair 20N a couple times. I think it's kind of came out to be a good thing that they sent me 2 concealers because this 20N is going to be good for me in the summer, warmer months, which we're still kind of at the tail end of it being warm. So this has been working really well for my skin right now. And I haven't really sat down and really analyzed what it looks like up close, but so far I haven't had any issues with it and I do seem to like it. I am going to look at it closer today. And of course we're going to be doing the wear test, so I'll be able to give you guys a more full day wear kind of review. If you guys are anywhere near my collection, I lie in the very fair category. I'm going to swatch the 2 concealers next to each other so you can see the differences here. So here is Fair 10N for the concealer and here is Fair 20N. And Fair 20N is the one that's on my face, obviously. We're going to do brush on this side and sponge on this side for both the concealer and the foundation so that we can see what they're looking like. So let me go ahead and blend this out here. I just realized I just blended this side with the brush. I got real carried away. I'll add a second layer and then I'll use the beauty blender on that side. Oh my gosh. I literally just set it and then just blended it out with the brush. What the heck? I think I have a little bit more coverage on this side where I use the brush, which is pretty typical if you use a brush versus a beauty blender because this is damp, so it's gonna shear it out just a tiny bit, but not too much. It actually held up pretty nicely. It's a medium coverage kind of concealer for me. That's good. It is a little bit buildable, but I don't think it's quite full coverage when it comes to building it up with a second layer. I do have some pimples that I want to cover up though, so I'm gonna do that real quick before we start the foundation. Okay, I just zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see a little better here. I really like this concealer so far because it looks so natural in a way that I feel like if I don't apply any foundation right now, it evens out my skin and it blends in with my natural skin like really well. So like I feel like it looks really good right now, even just like the concealer on its own. So if you're not really like into heavy foundation, or you don't really feel like you need a lot, this concealer is really good for just like a one-step complexion kind of product. I think a lot of people always feel like you have to have foundation and concealer, but that is definitely not the case. You would totally just use a concealer and do what you want in certain areas, and it won't be so much on the face, especially since we have to wear a mask everywhere. It's gonna help not make your mask as dirty, and your makeup's gonna stay on better, and it's not gonna be like streaky in certain areas because you had a mask on. But with this, you only place it in the places that you need it, so it really won't, I don't know, it just looks really nice, seamless. I like it on its own even, is what I'm trying to get at. But let's go ahead and try the foundation now. The foundation comes in 42 shades. It's really good shade range. So this foundation has hyaluronic acid and coconut water. So if you have coconut allergies, which I don't, just keep that in mind. It's dermatological tested, oil-free, it's vegan and cruelty-free. Hydrating foundation with skin perfecting medium buildable coverage for an all-natural, healthy looking skin. The bottle just looks like this. It is just a plastic bottle, plastic lid with a pump. You get the standard 1 fluid ounce, and this is the first time I've even put it on my hand. It's very runny, as you can see. I'm interested to see what kind of coverage this has. It does have a pretty strong fragrance. I don't know what that is. It smells fresh, but it does have a fragrance of some sort in there. Because it's so watery, it just feels like so lightweight. Like I really feel like I'm putting like almost like water in my face, and I really feel like that's kind of all I need. I still have quite a bit on my hand here. I did 2 pumps. But because I put my concealer on first, I don't really feel like I need to take it on a whole lot. Brush on this side, sponge on this side. This is the e.l.f. Precision Brush 103. It looks like this. It's got like a clear handle. It's kind of angled. I ordered it by accident because I thought I was ordering something else. But actually I've been really liking it. Really have been liking it for blending out foundation. It's like really fast. Again, it's got medium coverage. We'll do a second layer again to see if it's buildable, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like the concealer is a little darker. Maybe the concealer did oxidize, or maybe the foundation is gonna oxidize to match, but let me show you guys 20N concealer versus foundation. So here's the concealer 20N. Here's the foundation 20N. I do feel like it looks the slightest bit darker than the foundation. Beauty blender on this side. I'm definitely seeing that nice like hydrating glow that I love to see. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. It looks good, but it doesn't look amazing. I definitely feel like it's clinging to some dry patches, especially around where I have a little bit of those acne spots from picking them. I think I like it better with the sponge, but let's go ahead and add a second layer. You know, now that I'm looking at the concealer on my hand, it's been sitting there a second, maybe it does oxidize. In the foundation, it doesn't look like the foundation is though. So it's kind of like maybe that's why the foundation looks lighter, is because it's not oxidizing, but the concealer is. You see, there's the concealer and the foundation. It's kind of blended on my hand here. Did I mention to you guys that the foundation is $16 and the concealer is $9? So it's very, very, very affordable. Okay, I definitely feel like it's building up a little bit. Not full coverage though. It's like a little bit more than a medium. Oh, how strange. Maybe it's because it's sitting on my skin now, but I feel like it looks better now. There's still kind of a little bit clinging to some of the dry spots, but not too much, not too bad really. I think this looks so much better on a second layer. How strange is that? And very hydrating. Obviously, we have a lot of glowy hydrating, and I love the way that that looks. Actually, now that I have the second layer down, I think it looks really, really good. But I'm gonna go ahead and set it down with some translucent powder here. This is the Laura Mercier powder. It's in my project pan because It's not cruelty free, so I'm trying to use it up. I'm kind of wishing I would have used 10N under my eyes because it's not quite as bright as I would normally like it, but that's okay. We will work with it. So it hasn't like dried down completely or anything. Still a little bit wet. I'm going to take a really flimsy brush and just dip it into this powder, tap it off, and just very lightly do it, like on my forehead especially because I'm already sweating. Just a tiny bit. I feel like this is going to sink into my smile lines. Just sitting here when I'm looking at it close up, I can kind of see it a tiny bit starting to collect already in those areas, but we're gonna have to see how it does throughout the day. Okay, so let me go ahead and throw on the rest of my makeup. I'll come back, let you guys know how everything else went on top, and then I will go about my day and give you guys a whole wear test. Yeah, so I'll be right back. Oh, also it is 1:26 p.m. See, 1:26 p.m. I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I have all my makeup on, everything went on, no problem. And oh my god, I just want to say I'm really obsessed with this look. It's so pretty. Oh, I literally didn't put anything on my lips. One thing I like about the foundation so far is that it's definitely hydrating. It doesn't look overly hydrated. Like, it looks like it's going to probably last a while on my skin because it's not too much, if that makes any kind of sense. It is now 2:11 p.m. so I'm probably gonna be up pretty late. I'm sure I'll be up at least till like midnight, so I'll be able to probably do at least a 10-hour wear test on this foundation and concealer. So that's all I have to say right now. I will check back in with you guys if I see anything happening. I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end of this thing. Okay, guys, I am back. It is 12:14, so we're a little over 10 hours in. So, well, let me check to see what we're looking like here. Okay, right away I can see it faded along my jawline area, especially where I tried to cover up my blemishes. That definitely could be for me touching my face, because if you guys have seen my reviews before, I'm a face toucher. Like, I touch my face. I can't help it. But it's definitely faded off here, like, a lot. And I can actually see where it came off. It's definitely looking patchy down here. It's actually oddly looking kind of dry on me. This is weird. Again, in the spots where like I have like any blemishes, it looks really dry. Like, it's clinging to my patches of dryness. On my nose, it broke up quite a bit. I don't know how I feel about this. I like am very in the middle. It's definitely still in my cheek area, and I can see it on my forehead, and it actually didn't go into my smile lines as much as I thought it would. It did a little bit. And same thing on my forehead where I have my lines. It only went into the lines just a tiny bit, but I don't know how I feel about this. It's still there. It's not bad. I will say that. It's decent. I'm very much in the middle with it. I think there's better foundations for this price. I do think that, but I don't think it's a bound foundation. Maybe not for like all day wear. Maybe that's what it is. It still looks nice and healthy and glowy, which I like, but not too much. But again, I do have dry skin, so I don't know about like on oily skin how this would do. I'm assuming if you have oily skin, you probably wouldn't go for this foundation anyways. Concealer wise, my mascara definitely was smudged, but I kind of expected that. I used a mascara that does tend to smudge sometimes, so that definitely happened. I also feel like maybe the concealer looks the tiniest bit dry, not as much as I was thinking on the other side. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, it looks fresh and glowy, but it's just in some areas it just looks not as hydrating as I would expect for a hydrating concealer and foundation. I don't think I can like fully recommend it. It's definitely not like amazing, but it's also not terrible. I definitely think there's better foundations out there for that price point, $16. The concealer is good as well, but I personally prefer like the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer or the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer, and those are both around the same price point as this ColourPop one. I don't think they're bad, but I do actually think that there are products that are a little bit better than this for this price point. So that's just my opinion on it. Maybe if you're really into wanting to try this, I think it's not bad. So, you know, I would say if you're like really wanting to try this, I don't think you're gonna like hate it. But personally, if somebody was to ask me for a hydrating, fresh looking foundation at a drugstore to mid-range price, I would not suggest this to them. Like, it wouldn't be one of my first suggestions, but it's not bad. It's hard because the game out here these days, it is hot. There are so many to choose from, okay? So if it's not like outstanding, like amazing, it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I would recommend them, because there's too many to choose from. So this one's just mediocre for me. That's all I have to say about it. I hope that you guys found this helpful if you're looking into either of these products. I love ColourPop as a brand. I think that everything that they do at least works good, and some things really good. I am going to continue to use these, and I'll let you guys know if my opinion changes on them. Maybe they'll show up in the favorites, but I'm having a feeling probably not. That's everything I have for you guys. I hope you guys found this helpful if you're looking into these products. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, I would really appreciate if you considered subscribing to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Wings of gold, we touch the sky. Bad bitches till we die. We so fly.